Okay, so today we're going to be doing testable questions. Since we missed it yesterday, you can pause the video to write this down, and when you're ready, you can move on. So, a testable question is defined as, our definition is a question that is answered with a scientific experiment. Okay, so a testable question is a special type of science question. It means that there has to be an experiment that can be performed. So a testable question always involves investigating what happens when you change something. So remember, we're copying down what's in red. You can pause the video whenever you need to. A testable question involves changing one thing to see what the effect is on something else. So we're changing something and then measuring what happens. Questions that are not testable questions are answered through research. They're like research topics, okay? So we're going to write down each of these steps. If ever we want to explain why something is a testable question or why something's not a testable question, we're going to look to these three characteristics of a testable question. Is it specific? There has to be one thing that we're changing. I can't ask a generalized question like, how do I get a stain out of my shirt? I have to be more specific because there's too many things when I say, how do we get a stain out of my shirt, that I could possibly be testing. I want to be more specific. Maybe like if I use a Tide stick to remove a stain, is that the best option? It has to be observable. We have to be able to see it, use our five senses, or we have to be able to measure it with a tool. So it could be temperature, length. Maybe we're just seeing if something grows. Maybe we're looking to see if a stain disappears. It has to be observable. And then, is it scientific? Is it something that's in our natural world? Okay, we can even ask if a lollipop will melt faster in the sun or in the shade, but that's still about our natural world and the things that are in it. So take your time to pause the slide and make sure you get all of that written down. Just to run through, these were what we would work on in class together, but since we had to split it up, does the sun heat fresh water and salt water at the same rate? Testable question, okay? Because I can set that up. I can just add salt to one and not to the other one, and then use the thermometer to see which one heats up faster. What should I use to get oil off of my fancy shirt? That's a research question, right? It's not a testable question. It's too vague. Would a Tide stick work best to remove a stain from my shirt? That would be testable, right? The thing I'm changing is the use of the Tide stick. I can use all different kinds of stain removers and see which one works best. I'm observing with my eyes the stain disappearing. How do plants grow? That would be a research question, right? That's a vague question. There's lots of different ways plants grow. How does the sun go down? Why does the sun go down? Again, research question. Does fertilizer help plants grow bigger flowers? We already talked about this one yesterday. That's definitely a testable question because we could set up flower pot A and flower pot B to test out our theory. Give fertilizer to one and measure with a ruler the height of the flowers. Does coating a surface with water or oil reduce friction more? Well, we can totally set that up as a testable question. One surface has water, one has oil. We clock the speed that an object moves across it to see which one has less friction. And then how do rockets work, which we've talked about being a research question. So for today, you're going to complete the bell ringer slide and submit that to me as classwork. And after that, you can work on the testable question homework, which was assigned yesterday, okay? If you have any questions, you can email me. This was a quick, short lesson, but we did not get a chance to go through it yesterday, okay? If you need more work, then there's the note sheet attached in the lesson and the Google form attached to the doc. But you are only responsible for the Google bell ringer fillable slide and the homework assignment, okay? If you have any questions, feel free to email me, okay? Have a great day, guys.